Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is actually not going to be very fitnessy at all. I'm wanting to make today's video about my experience with orthodontics and my upper jaw surgery that I had a year ago. Just because when I was preparing to have this massive surgery on my face, there wasn't that many videos on YouTube with people talking about their experience, and I really find that watching videos about people who've been through something that you're going to go through is super duper helpful, and it like prepares you for the worst. So I want to make a video in case anyone out there is gonna have upper jaw surgery and what they should expect. It's kind of going to be a bit of a story time, so even if you're not here to like learn about what's going to happen, it's quite a fun story because I've had probably the worst experience with my teeth anyone has ever had ever. Like my teeth, I'm so glad that I can smile now, because if I couldn't, then it really wouldn't be worth it. So I may as well start at the beginning, just to put everything into perspective about how much that I've actually been through, just so that I can have no underbite and have a nice even smile. I knew I needed braces from the age of 12 because my dentist said you've got wonky teeth, and when your teeth are fully grown out, we'll send you to the orthodontist and they'll get you braces and you'll have a nice smile like everyone else. So I was about 15 and I finally got sent to the orthodontist. And I was so excited because everybody else had already had their braces. They had beautiful teeth. Loads of people were already getting their braces off, and I was just sat here with my wonky teeth like, oh my god, please, it's my turn. So eventually I get into the orthodontist's room and I sit down. He looks inside of my mouth with his little mirror for about 30 seconds and then just sits us up and goes, there's nothing we can do. We're gonna have to send you to Newcastle Dental Hospital. And I was like, I've really just waited 2 years to be told in 30 seconds that I'm not getting braces. So a few months later, I went for my first appointment at Newcastle Dental Hospital, and the orthodontist there was like, yes, we'll put braces on you, come back in a few months, this is fab, you'll be great. And then my next appointment, they were like, but you're gonna need double jaw surgery just because your like jaws haven't grown properly. Like braces won't be able to fix me underbite, so I needed to have surgery to fix me underbite and then braces to make me teeth straight. My teeth weren't that wonky, they weren't like that out of place, they were quite straight, but it was just that I had quite a big underbite, like it came under quite a lot. So when I smiled, like my top teeth were behind me front teeth, were behind me bottom teeth. It didn't look right when I smiled. My next appointment at the orthodontist, I was told I needed surgery to remove a tooth that was stuck in the roof of my mouth. So it was just like, it wasn't going anywhere. All my teeth had came through and it was just sat in the roof of my mouth, and they said we'd rather take it out and leave no risk to anything bad happening than to just leave it in there. It was doing no harm. So I would have been 15 when I had the roof of my mouth peeled off and this tooth taken out and then the roof of my mouth put back on. That was a horrible operation. It was a really bad operation to recover from, and it was impossible to eat because when you eat, you use your teeth and the roof of your mouth. You kind of use your tongue to chew food, and there was just stitches all the way around the roof of my mouth, and that wasn't very nice. It's one thing having an operation on your arm or your leg, but having an operation on your mouth is horrible because you can't communicate with people and you can't eat. So I didn't really eat much after that operation or the following two operations that I had because you physically can't, and it's really not very nice. So that was that operation, and then about a year later I had another operation to remove 2 wisdom teeth from my bottom jaw and just 2 random teeth from the top to prepare my teeth for eventually getting braces. So that was another horrible operation. I had to go under general anaesthetic, but it was kind of just, you didn't have to eat the night before the operation. I went in on the morning and the operation only took like an hour and then I was out, and recovery for that was probably about 2 weeks, and so was the one for the operation before. But they were minor operations, they weren't anything massive, but I needed them to eventually get these braces on that I was told I was gonna get like 4 years ago. Then a year later, I got my braces put on at the age of 17. I got my top braces on first and then my bottom braces. And it was so good. I was so happy that I finally had them on. Even though I had them on for sixth form prom and I went through everything with my braces on. Yeah, so I got them on at 17 and I'd probably had them on for 2 years by the time that my body had fully stopped growing. The reason that my treatments took so long to happen was because they wanted to make sure that my bone had stopped growing before operating, because it might have been pointless to operate if I was going to keep growing again. So they made everything even, and then my body would still be growing and then it would become uneven again because it hadn't finished its growing. So I understand why it took so long to get everything done, but it was still just like waiting just to be able to smile. And these braces that I had put on were just your normal grey braces on all of your teeth. They weren't too in your face, they were alright. And then when I was 20, when I was 19, a year before me jaw surgery, I had these like train tracks put on them. There were these big horrible hooks that I looked like I had Bane's mask on my teeth. It was a horrible thing to have on your face because every time you ate, you like scraped your gums across these horrible little fences that were inside your mouth. But they needed to be on so that they could band my mouth shut after my operation. So they put them on like a year before my operation, and that was horrible to live with because that was worse than just normal braces. And this whole time I've been told that what they're doing is they're cutting my top jaw off completely, like removing it and bringing it a bit forward, and then the same with my bottom jaw, slicing it diagonally, shaving a bit off and then pushing it back. So just like sliding the back one back, sliding the bottom one back and just taking the top one forward. And then a couple of months before my surgery, I went to see the actual surgeon who was going to be performing my operation, and she was like, your bottom jaw is actually in the right place, so we only need to operate on your top jaw. And this was probably the most relieving thing that I've ever heard in my life, because when you have your jaw surgery, you can't eat, you can't do anything because your jaw is literally broken and reattached. So when you've got a broken leg, you can't stand on it or do anything. So you can't eat, you can't talk, you can't do anything at all. And this was going to be like snap snap. I was going to be like doubly out. And then the surgeon was like, your bottom jaw is perfect. We just need to move your top jaw forward a little bit so that when you smile, your top teeth sit in front of your bottom teeth, and then your smile is like a normal one. So like literally that was the most relieving thing in my life. It took off so much stress, and yeah, that was a good day. How I prepped for my jaw surgery, what the recovery was like, the operation itself, everything. So to prep, I was probably the fittest and healthiest I've ever been. I knew that if my body was like in prime condition, that I would heal a lot quicker. So although like training and fitness and health is a lot to do with aesthetics, also having really insanely good health is great for recovering from things like illnesses and operations. So if you're really fit before an operation, your body is just gonna like, back, I'm here, let's go. So I'm really glad that my diet was on point. I ate loads of bulk because I knew that I wouldn't be able to eat after my operation. So I bulked a bit on like bad foods, because Chinese and ice cream and everything that I knew that I would miss when I couldn't eat. And I went to the gym every day, so that is something that I would completely recommend. I would recommend being super duper active before you have an operation like this, just so that your body knows that it needs to be fit. So in terms of prep, that was pretty much it. There's nothing much you can do because you're getting a massive surgery done. As long as you're fit and healthy, then you're good. So when you get this surgery done, it's just like any other operation. You can't eat beforehand, you've got to wear them silly socks, you've got to wear the sexy nightie that they give you, and your bum hangs out. It's like, woo! And you're going for your procedure, and when you come out, what they do in jaw surgery is they use them little fences on your teeth to put rubber bands to band your teeth together to keep your jaw in place, because if your jaw was just swinging around, it could get bumped out of place and you could re-snap the bone, or the bone might heal unevenly, which would be like horrible if your bone got bent somehow, and it would just heal in the wrong place. So you need to be strapped together so that this doesn't happen. And this was the worst part about the operation. So basically, I'm gonna like demonstrate what it was like, but they banded my teeth together and I talked like this, like I had to talk like this for weeks while the bands are on, so that my jaw didn't move when I was talking. I was like a ventriloquist for weeks. It was horrible. And because of this, you can only have liquids. You can't open your mouth to eat, so everything that you eat has to be like drizzled through a syringe. So you've got to lie down with a mirror and your syringe and syringe it into your mouth, and because your mouth and your face is numb, it goes everywhere whatever you choose to have, and that's just not very nice at all, because you feel completely hopeless because you physically can't eat. The liquid has to be like smoothie / tomato soup consistency. Like innocent and naked smoothies are really good because they're a good thickness, they fit through the slits in your teeth and they're easy to swallow. But for the first week after my operation, all I could actually manage to eat was a glass of milk a day. That's all my body could process, because I was just lying on the sofa all day every day just recuperating, and because I was doing nothing, I wasn't really expending any energy, and I wanted to try and have more milk or anything, but I physically didn't have the energy. After 10 days, I remember I felt good. I felt really good, and I had a super duper quick recovery. I was looking online and people said they didn't feel human for 6 weeks, but after 10 days I felt as human as I could for like eating a glass of milk a day for a week. And from there on, I went on a walk every day just to try and get my body back into being kind of active. And although I really didn't want to go on walks, it was worth it because it got the blood flowing, and obviously you get quite swollen when you've had operations, so going on a walk took the blood away from my face, because my face was like double the size it normally was. It was just full of swelling. So I fully recommend being super duper active as soon as you can, but don't push yourself. If you physically can't get out of bed, then like you've got the perfect excuse to lie and watch Netflix for weeks. But I really hate being inactive, and I hate feeling just like, if I'm optionally staying in bed because I want to, that's fine. But if it's because I physically can't get out, I think that's soul destroying. And I was told that I shouldn't weightlift at the gym for 3 months. 3 months they said that I can't lift weights for. They said don't go back to the gym to do cardio for 6 weeks. But on day 18 after my operation, I went and did back day and it was fine. The reason that you're not supposed to exercise is because you could burst the blood vessels in your face that they've like reassigned. Because one of the risks of having your upper jaw moved is that they've got to cut the nerve endings to your lips. So you might lose sensation in your lip, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but it didn't happen to me. I got full feeling in both lips, but they've got to cut everything away from, because they basically slice the whole inside of your mouth open, take it off and move it forward or backward, whatever you need. So the reason that you're not supposed to exercise like harshly is so that you don't overwork the blood vessels, so that they don't pop and you don't get scarring on the outside of your face, and basically just so that your body can heal. But I knew that my blood vessels were good, and I knew that like I knew that I could work out because I wasn't going to push myself. I did get lightheaded quite a lot, and I still do. When my head started to feel a bit fuzzy, I just stopped. I didn't push myself any further than I knew I could go. And another thing is, when you weightlift, you tend to clench your teeth together. You don't realise it, but next time you go to the gym after you've watched this, you'll probably bite your teeth together when you're working out. You always go like, when you like lift a heavy weight. And obviously if I bit my teeth together too hard, I could break my jaw again. So I was super duper conscious. I was like, don't put your teeth together. So I was kind of like working out with my mouth open, just like I had something really wrong with it. So I'd be like, so that went perfectly. I got the bands taken off my mouth 2 weeks after my surgery. So a week after my surgery, I got the really tight bands that I couldn't open my mouth with. I got them taken off. And then a week after that, I got the other bands that kind of lightly kept my mouth together taken off, so that my jaw would get the muscle memory of its new position, because it got twisted round a tiny little bit. So them bands were still on, but I could open my mouth, I could talk to people, and I could eat. It really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was kind of it was a horrible surgery. Going through any surgery is bad, but I was expecting to just like not have a life for months. I think I went out after 2 weeks. I think I went on a night out 2 weeks after my surgery, like with a broken jaw. I went out. 3 months after my surgery, I got my braces removed, and ever since then it's just been like, I've had a smile. Before I had this operation, I would pout in photos. I wouldn't even attempt a mouth smile, because I still don't really like my mouth smile, but my teeth smile I love. I really detested my face prior to getting anything done. I'd always hated the way that I looked, and the fact that I looked upset in every photo, because I would pose like, because I was too embarrassed to show me like weird smile. I don't think anybody else would have noticed that my smile was any different, but you know yourself better than anyone. And I'd look back at photos where I was smiling and be like, what is, like, you look like that, what is wrong with you? So even though it took 8 years from knowing that I was going to get braces, and 5 years from the beginning of my treatment to the end of it, it was so worth it. If you do have the chance to get procedures like this, it will honestly change your life. And luckily for me, I live in the United Kingdom, and all of this treatment was free on the NHS. So I couldn't tell you any costs if you live in other countries, but we are super duper lucky here that when you have certain things wrong with you, like your teeth, everyone typically gets free braces. I hope that you liked this video. It was kind of like a sit down story time kind of video, and if you didn't mind me sitting talking to the camera for a little bit, and this is something that you enjoy watching, then let us know and I'll make some more. Give us some topics. I like sitting in front of the camera talking to myself. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you want, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.